She's a master storyteller and celebrated author, and next month her work is taking center stage at the International African American Museum. Joining us to share more about this exciting milestone is Sandhi Smalls Santini. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me back, Loyola. It's always a pleasure coming back.
Oh, indeed. Now, the last time that we caught up, this was back in 2023 with your book.
Yes.
Remind me how you say it? Jaguar.
Yes,
Jaguar, the Night Huntress. So remind our viewers what that story is about, the character, the central character being superhuman.
yes, yes. A super female shiro, a superwoman. She's a nightclub owner with a normal person who had a very extraordinary experience, and it left her endowed with superpowers.
And do you tend to write in fiction a lot? Is that something that you're drawn to, is creating these fantastical stories?
Yes, yes. I love fiction. I love Afrofuturism, and I try to blend that along with some drama and a little theatrics.
Yeah, indeed. Afrofuturism, that's an interesting term. So maybe you can tell us a little bit more about sort of what that looks like, and in also terms of its popularity in our society today.
Yes, it is. It's a booming genre now, and it takes a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of science fiction, and it goes back to roots of African American and African roots, and it's like the perfect blend of storytelling. And I fell in love with it because it gave me the opportunity to find a Black woman who could be a superhero.
Yeah, indeed. I know we don't tend to
Yeah.
hear very much about that. However, not all of your storytelling is rooted in fantasy, because you have an upcoming performance at the International African American Museum here in Charleston, featuring someone who made a living being sort of that superhuman creature on screen, Eartha Kitt, of course, who was Catwoman in the Batman series during the 60s. So tell us more about this particular project.
Oh, yes. Eartha Kitt. I was fortunate enough to, when I started singing and doing hotel residencies around the world, I was fortunate enough to perform in some of the same cabaret rooms that she had performed in. And of course, walls were covered with her lovely pictures everywhere. And then when I found that she was from South Carolina, I said, oh, that's wonderful. I started reading up about her. I'd always known her as the Vixen in Batman. And that was pretty much it. And when I started reading up about her, I found out that there was another side to this amazing woman. She was a forerunner for women's rights, for human rights, and for equal rights and gay rights.
Mm.
And she was one of the first celebrities to really speak out for all of those issues. And it impressed me to the point where I thought I'd start writing something on her. And I started it. I started it as just a straight dramatic piece. And then it went into being a cabaret where I added some of her songs. And then about 2 years ago, a theater here in New York decided to put it up as a theatrical piece. And so here we are now.
Fantastic. And it's called From Cotton to Caviar.
Yes, yes. Because she was born on a cotton plantation in Orangeburg County near Columbia, South Carolina. And then at age 9, she came to New York, where she started dancing and singing very early on to make money.
Yeah.
And that springboarded. And then Orson Welles discovered her while she was performing with a dance group in Paris. And he actually started her acting career.
Isn't that amazing? And it's such a force to be reckoned with. She was so petite. She was so delicate, but such a strong woman and a strong female character, not just on screen, but in society and with what she contributed to this country. So really, such a beautiful celebration encapsulating all of those things in this particular production. And it sounds like it took you some years to develop this story. And is this its debut here in Charleston?
It certainly is. It
Wonderful.
certainly is. I've done it at a number of small theaters in New York, some nightclubs, schools, colleges, and universities. but coming to Charleston, and I'm just very grateful to the staff and the entire group at IM for bringing me there. And I'm happy for you guys. Thank you guys, Fox, for helping me get the word out there.
Absolutely. Now I have to ask you, have you practiced the purr? Have you perfected her famous purr?
Oh, yes. I've been working on it.
Can I hear it? There you go. That was fantastic. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Oh, my goodness. Well, Eartha Kitt, From Cotton to Caviar, coming to the International African American Museum here in Charleston. It is going to be Thursday, February 13th, 6:30 to 8:30. Make sure you get your tickets. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and congratulations.
Thank you so much for having me back.
We're back in 2 minutes.